like when you think about it, December 2016 was a rough fucking month for Ubisoft, bro. You had the flop of the century, the Assassin's Creed movie, and then you had the flop of the year, Steep. And like I was thinking about it, right? I was like, yo, they haven't invited me to any events lately, and I haven't seen any events. Like they must not be flying any YouTubers out lately because they're probably broke.
I think though that's probably the second worst month because without a doubt they're
staying. They're staying afloat by Siege. Like dead ass. They are staying.
Why do you think? I don't know
Siege.
if you saw, but if you look at the For Honor season pass trailer, they're literally copying the model of Siege. Like I think they realized like Siege saved our asses.
They're hoping For Honor is a hit.
Copy and paste everything. Yeah, they want it to be a hit.
They need For Honor to be a hit because I don't know if you saw, fucking Assassin's Creed only made them $20 million. And in contrast, they spent like $300 million to make it. So like it was they lost. Yeah, like and like just last year they were already talking about like they're financially struggling. Like they needed that
hostile takeover by
they needed that movie to do well. So like they're probably financially struggling right now.
Oh, yeah,
because they keep pushing Assassin's Creed, but nobody gives a fuck about Assassin's Creed. If they would, here's the thing: Ubisoft be fucking up. Ubisoft has great franchises and great ideas, but then their execution is just dog shit. It's fucking terrible, nigga. What they need to do, like, and Ghost Recon just proved my point.
Oh, Watch Dogs 2 was a flop too. Like it was a really good game, but it sold terribly.
Let me tell you why it was a flop, because Watch Dogs 1 was literally Watch Dogs 1 is literally the game that pulled everybody out of the matrix that is Ubisoft.
And made it realize, it was like, wow.
I think Watch Dogs 2 could have long tail leg. It might pick up some steam somewhere down the road when it gets cheaper, but like it was a flop when they said it was barely selling.
But once again, Watch Dogs 2, if Watch Dogs 2 is Watch Dogs 1, it might be a different game, but like Watch Dogs, like I said, is the game that made everybody be like, downgrade, Ubisoft downgrade. Like that game that was synonymous, like Watch Dogs downgrade.
And remember, they did it to Far Cry 3. Like it was even before Watch Dogs, but the thing is, people didn't notice.
But it wasn't that bad in Far Cry.
Right. It wasn't until Watch Dogs people noticed.
You know what it was? It was like Witcher 3. Like, because Witcher 3 had a downgrade, but it wasn't. But like the game was so good, it was like
it wasn't a heavy hit. It's same with Far Cry. Like when people played Far Cry 3, majority of people liked it. Like, really good.
Far Cry 4, everybody was like, "This is cool," but it's the same shit. Far Cry Primal, who thought of that?
Nobody was asking for that game, and that game really upset me. Like when they flew me out, like I was like, "This shit is so trash."
They always, it's like every 2 years they make a game that nobody
asked for. Yeah,
and they do this every 2 years. There's always that one
But the
game.
problem is, it's a circle jerk situation. It's like nobody's calling them out on their bullshit. Like I would tell them, but the thing is, if there's 20 YouTubers and one tells them like, "Yo, this shit is not what's up," then they're gonna believe their shit is fly. Like that's the problem. Like they live in a circle jerk.
This is why I don't buy it. Even if the YouTubers don't, I don't buy for a second that Ubisoft is so far up their asses that they don't realize they're a joke. Like they were like. You say that
understand that they're not American. They're not American.
Well, no, they're not American. But I think regardless of
some of them are the Division team. A lot of them
American. But even if December, like let's say December, I don't even think December 2016 was their worst year. Without a doubt, their worst moment of their recent life was, in fact, Assassin's Creed Unity. I have never seen a community roast somebody like that so bad of what.
But I mean, they deserved it. They deserved it. But I think that was the moment they realized, like, it was one of those moments. It was so bad, I felt kind of bad. Like they made it so easy. I was like, yo. Why would you give me this? Like,
and what I could say is like from the games they did, like because I think Unity fucked everything. Like it fucked them up because Unity was it
broke their confidence. They
put a lot of work into it. I could tell because like they were trying to do AI. They were trying to put the scale ridiculous.
Yeah, but the AI is fucking okay. Here's the thing: Ubisoft games. I'm sorry, Ubisoft doesn't write good AI. Period. No, like even in Siege, I fucking love Siege. The AI in Siege are literally aimbots. Ghost Recon, like, let me tell you, Ubisoft will have some games that they just knock out of the park that it's just like, this is great. They're usually the Tom Clancy games. Why the fuck was Ghost Recon Wildlands what we got? Like, it's not out yet. But I called this shit from E3. You weren't there, Ethos, but literally, the last.
Oh, no, I wasn't hyped for it when they first revealed it 2 years ago. Like I said it's gonna get downgraded. Like
I wouldn't mind a downgrade, like a graphical downgrade. When I played that shit at E3 Ethos, I was like, I don't want this game. Like everybody else was like, yeah, this is so cool. This is so cool. We're so happy we played it because you play with 2 other people and the dev, and the dev leads you through the mission. And like the whole time I was like, this is fucking terrible.
It's not Ghost Recon.
It's not. It's
one of those open. It's like you did in your video. It's one of those open world games. It's one of those open world games where it's open for no fucking reason, like Metal Gear. Like the world literally adds nothing to it, and Ubisoft is one of the worst world builders. Like I said, how do you put us in the country of Bolivia and I don't get to absorb any of the culture? Yeah, there's nothing going on in cities. Like everybody in Bolivia just lives in the mountain and walks in bare feet.
And
like
that's
the funny thing is,
it's almost racist, bro. It's almost racist.
What I've been talking about when I'm like, we went to Mozambique and we took 40,000 pictures and to create like, nigga, a world is not just its architecture. You can't just go to Bolivia, take pictures, and be like, we did it, like we captured Bolivia. Like that's not how this shit works. And that's what they do. They get the look right, but they don't get the feel.
You ain't at the festivals. You ain't at the town, like the SWAT meets and shit.
The funny thing is that I noticed was that actually, like, the Ghost Recon trailers have that, like what you're talking about, and I think that's why people are getting deceived. They have that culture, like, you notice they focus on the religion, the Day of the Dead, in the trailers and stuff like that. But in the game, like, I agree with what you're saying. Like in the beta, I ain't seen none of that shit. I saw maybe some gravestones. I saw maybe a Reaper statue, but so far from all the betas and tests I played, I didn't once see any aspect of like the culture, like how the AI, like you said, the AI, all they do is they walk around. Like if you play a GTA game, if you play any open world, a good open world game, the ones that are good, they make the AI move around the world as if they're
driving their tractors on the mountain and shit. It's like, I refuse to believe it's like this 24/7.
Yeah, Watch Dogs 2 did it perfectly with San Fran. They had the people have purpose. Like everybody ran around, they acted as if they had their own lives.
But see,
it doesn't have that at all.
Here's what I'm talking about though. Like Ubisoft is not retarded, because clearly whenever they reveal anything to anyone at E3, I always watch the comments. It's always like, man, this is so cool, but it's gonna get fucking downgraded and come out like shit. It's gonna come out like the worst version of the game. And it's like, it makes me mad, because it's like, Ubisoft, clearly you can't make a graphically intensive game, clearly, because you love showing us this pretty ass game that looks awesome and the actual game looks nothing like it. Show us the actual game, or just fucking move your shit to PC.
I think they get too excited. They get too excited. They reveal their stuff too soon. Like it's not like how like with Fallout 4, there was like Fallout 4 coming in 6 months. Like, and what they showed was what you were gonna get. It's like they'll show you shit 3 years before it comes out, and then it looks totally different when it does. And it's like they need to stop doing that. They're notorious for overhype. They overhype and they what's the word I'm looking for? Advertise their games.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you exactly that's how
No Man's Sky over and over again.
That's how Watch Dogs got the way it was. Like, I understand, like, we shit on Ubisoft, but honestly, I'm gonna tell you exactly what happened, dog. They didn't have the next gen console, like the actual final specs for it, so they predicted what the next gen consoles would let them do. So that's why it looked all pretty and shit, because they were obviously running it on PC. Then they get the actual PS4 specs and stuff, and they're like, "Oh wow, we can't do this." And so then they started to downgrade, because they're a console parity developer. They believe in keeping everything the same on all the platforms. So that screwed them over. I remember a lot of things screwed them over. The console parity thing screwed them up. The downgrading definitely screwed them up. Didn't help that they were pumping out DLC trailers before the game is even out.
That's terrible. Please don't try and sell me the fucking game. The game's extra goodies before the fucking game is out. Like, okay, one thing I always applaud is Dying Light. Dying Light was like, here's the game, right? We're planning to support this shit, but we gonna let you niggas breathe with the game for right now. And here's the season pass, because we are going to build upon this. And they had Dying Light's expansion was bigger than the game.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I was like, yeah, I'll drop the 30 for this. I have no problem supporting developers that put actual work and like
into their post content.
Yeah.